All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nicholas here. I already did Nikolai. Can do it again.
We're not reacting to Taskmaster, but I had this song in my head. I'm like, anyway, Jodi here. And today we're reacting to one of Nick's enjoyable favorites.
Yes, Roger Federer. Jimmy Carr.
Who's Roger Federer?
He's a tennis player, he looks like.
Oh. And we're reacting to Travel Broadens the Mind. Not for Americans. And I'm really excited to see.
Absolutely.
I can only imagine, and I could be really wrong, but, and we didn't do this when we went to England and Scotland. We enjoyed France, we enjoyed all the foods, but I'm thinking, I could be very, very wrong, but probably maybe Americans go to other countries and they're like, McDonald's, please. And like, where are all of our American food that we know?
And a lot of places I found out while watching cricket all around the world, watching it with different countries playing, that a lot of them have Burger Kings and KFC and McDonald's and whatnot. I'm just looking at your drink right now.
It looks
and I'm very concerned. Look at this. Like, that powder is stuck to the thing. Imagine what your intestines look like and your esophagus. Like, it looks like one of those confetti bombs when you're doing like a gender reveal.
So really, it's called
stays there.
A Dirty Blue Oasis. It's sparkling soda.
But what's the blue stuff?
With blue raspberry. That's the blue raspberry syrup.
Why does it stick to the plastic?
And then it has coconut milk mixed in it.
The coconut milk must be heavy with the coconut oil. Anyways, just wanted to say that. We're going to go ahead and check out this from Jimmy Carr. It's been a long time since we reacted to him. Actually, the reason why we stopped is the last one we reacted to could not get past the copyrights, and I couldn't even put it on there without being monetized. It was just blocked. So it kind of just like turned me away from it. We're trying it again. Excited for this. If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to
like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video. Yeah, I had a really unhealthy day today. I started with water, very healthy. After cleaning out my entire classroom, because today was our last day of school. We both have trainings to go to for several days, but last day of official school. So then I picked up Starbucks on my way to run some errands. And I had a very, very unhealthy Starbucks drink. And then I finished it, and I felt like I needed some Dutch Bros on the way home with gift cards.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Very excited to hear that. If you want to get the full day, you can join her blog at jodiblog.never. Here we go.
I was doing a gig a couple of weeks ago. I got talking to a girl in the front row. I asked her name. She said it's Pataka. I said, that's an unusual name. You don't hear that every day. To which she replied, actually, I do.
That's a good comeback.
Yes.
My father used to say, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Till the accident.
Gosh.
Feminists say, and you may agree with this, you may not, feminists say, a woman's work is never done. Maybe if they got themselves organised a bit better. It's a bit of an icy stare you give me there, madam. What you've got to understand is that's postmodern misogyny. That joke is in fact steeped in irony. So don't you worry your pretty little head about it, love. I had one of those serious relationship conversations the other week with my girlfriend where she sat me down and talked at me for about 6 hours. I hadn't realised until then that when a man says he is spoken for, that is quite literally what he means. She said to me, Jimmy, we're at a crossroads in our relationship. Down one road is hard work and commitment, but ultimately, happiness. And down the other road, well, the other road is a dead end. And I said, that's not a crossroads, that's a T-junction. Well, I'm glad you laughed. She went mental. As I'm sure you all would have ascertained, I'm quite middle class. And I'm from the home counties. So I don't have an accent. This is just how things sound when they're pronounced properly. Not that there's anything wrong with being working class these days. Being working class is very much like masturbation. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Of course, it's nothing to be proud of either. And both give you calluses on your hands. Sting, the popular singer, Sting's often bragging about his 8-hour-a-night sex sessions with his wife, Trudy. Imagine how long he'd be able to keep it up if she was a looker.
Oh my gosh. 8 hours?
In Japan, they believe that tiger penis improves fertility. But I think, if you really want to get pregnant, you're best off using a man's cock.
we've reacted to him several times. But I love his like whole like cadence, his whole delivery in this one.
Yes.
It's like he's doing like a PSA, like a informational type of a thing.
Needs to inform, and he's very serious.
If you want to be healthy, then eat better. Like, I just love his delivery on this thing.
My best mate's girlfriend is 6 months pregnant. They said, "Do you want to feel the baby?" On reflection, I think they meant on the outside. They say travel broadens the mind, except with Americans, which tends to widen the arse. A lot of people quote the fact that only 10% of Americans have passports. The thing is, they say it like it's a bad thing.
10%?
Don't get the wrong idea, I've got nothing against Americans. Just one came up to me after a show a couple of weeks ago and said he thought I was patronising. I said, well, I think you'll find that's pronounced patronising. It means when you talk down to someone. Don't worry, I'm not being condescending. I'm far too busy thinking about important things you wouldn't understand. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. Did you know you're 10 times more likely to get mugged in London than you are in New York City? It's because you don't live in New York City.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
See, my favourite news story of the last year came from America. I'm sure you all saw this story in the papers or on TV. It was a story about a man in Utah, an American man, he was out rambling in the wilds of Utah, the beautiful desert landscape, and there was a rock fall, and he got his hand trapped underneath a massive boulder, and he had to sever his own hand in order to walk to freedom. Incredible story about human courage and spirit. Did you all see that story? Well, I can't believe anyone saw it and didn't ask themselves the question, because I think it does beg the question, would I be able to do that?
No, I
I've given it
wouldn't.
quite a lot of thought, and I think yes, I would be able to do that. What do I care about an American's hand? If it's life or death, I'll cut his fucking head off. The other story that sort of tickled me from America, not quite as inspiring, I'll be absolutely honest with you, was the story of an English woman and an American man. This made the papers earlier in the year. They were flying from JFK to London Heathrow, never met each other before, flying in first class. They just knew each other for 8 hours, and they were arrested as they came into land at Heathrow. And the reason they were arrested was because the lady was filleting the man. Means sucking off. Yes, as they came into land, the lady was filleting the man. I myself prefer a boiled
right in
sweet.
the seats?
I missed the joke.
The lady was filleting the man. I myself prefer a boiled sweet. I just can't quite imagine how that happened. Presumably, at some point, she turned to him and said, "My ears are popping. Have you got a boiled sweet?" And he said, no, I haven't, but I've got an idea.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Carr.
Oh my gosh. He's so right though. Like, how did that come up when they didn't know each other? And were you just doing it there in your chairs? Like,
It had to have been like in the bathroom. Like the Mile High Club.
right? I don't know. All I could think of though when he had said patronizing is I'm listening to this audiobook and it's really, really good. But he kept, and it's about this guy, like, it's all this kind of mystery and you don't know quite what's going on. And he refers to this neighbor as the Chihuahua lady because she has a Chihuahua. Basically, before the Chihuahua, she was a, what did he say, a Dachshund lady. And I'm like, what the heck is a Dachshund? Dachshund. Like, does he mean a dachshund?
Yeah.
And
That's how
I'm,
it's spelled.
yeah. And so I'm thinking in my mind, and I'm like, the entire time, whoever's reading this book keeps saying a Dachshund.
Well, maybe some people pronounce it that way.
So
People
tell
pronounce
me.
all types of things differently.
Yeah, in England, do you pronounce a dachshund, or how it's spelled a dachshund?
Dachshund.
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 Yeah, dachshund. I don't know.
Dachshund, I think is how you spell it. I love that. I forgot that he does one-liners in addition to story jokes as well.
Yes, because I'm not a huge one-liner fan, but his were good.
His are awesome. I
But,
love them.
yeah,
I
I
do.
like stories
I do
better.
enjoy one-liners.
Yeah, you do.
They're like dad jokes. They're puns. They're just very quick, and they're just after you hear it, it's like so obvious, but you didn't think about
No.
it, and so it's really, really funny and ironic or whatever. I love his delivery. I love his whole posh type of style and this or that. Even it says I'm middle class, you know.
And then he puts down. He's like,
There's nothing to brag about. Nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to brag about.
I like masturbating.
He gets away with it. He's absolutely hilarious.
Yes, he is.
it has been a long time since we reacted to him, so we hope you enjoyed our reaction to this video. If you did, we have other Jimmy Carr reactions, even one that I reacted to with my friend Ozjod while in England.
That is true.
For crying out loud. So go ahead and check that out if you want to. I believe that was his accents video. But let us know what you thought about this reaction. If you want us to react to some more Jimmy Carr, and if so, which videos. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Goodbye.